I'm 25 years old and I spent 2 years working for a billionaire, and I learned 6 life-changing skills that I want to share with you today. Hey, my name is Ryan Maya. I own a multiple 7-figure online brand, and my goal over the next few minutes is to share with you these few frameworks that I learned that can help improve your life in business and with money. The way I'm going to structure the video is give you the topic and then give you the most important framework of that topic. So let's get right into it. The first and probably most important thing I learned from this billionaire was how to actually think bigger and remove the limits we put on ourselves, or our family has put on ourselves, our friends, society, school, college, right? All of those things put limits on your belief of what you could actually accomplish in life. And this billionaire taught me all of that is phony if you just believe it yourself and think way bigger. And what's crazy is this guy literally had a rags to riches story, and he's literally worth multiple billions of dollars. And the way he got there was just thinking bigger. And he always said, I thought too small for too long, right? For 40 years of his life, 50 years of his life, he was always thinking smaller. And now at a young age, at 25 years old, I have that crazy belief. I don't think there's a limit on myself. I can think in the billions. I can think because I had all of those thoughts removed while the 2 years I was there, right? 2 years of constantly getting pounded, think bigger, think more, do more, go faster, go harder, stay later, show up earlier. All of those things led to me thinking bigger, and it's what allowed me to push through boundaries in my personal business and go from 6 figures annually to more than multiple 6 figures a month. This year, my business will probably do 3 million, and my belief is, hey, next year we can do 6 million. The next year after that, we can do 20 million, and so on and so forth as we keep scaling. So thinking bigger is super important if you want to take the next steps in your life, whether you're stuck at a job or your business is stuck or you just want to make a little bit more money. Try to think a little bit bigger. And the way I was taught to do this was just set goals that are astronomically higher than whatever you think is possible. So if you're trying to make $100,000 in your business realistically this year, try to set it for $1 million, because if you set it for $1 million, you'll strive for that million and do the actions that requires to make $1 million. And you might miss the million, but you might end up making 500,000, right? You missed your goal by 50%, but you 5x'd your original goal. So thinking bigger completely changed the way I look at business and life. The second topic that I want to talk about is money and how my perception of money has changed. So there's 2 basic frameworks here. Number 1 is that there literally is unlimited amounts of money out there in the ecosystem. All you have to do is figure out a system to go grab that money, whether it's a high-paying job, a high-paying income skill like sales or consulting or anything along those lines, right? Working for someone and doing sales. All of those are high-paying jobs, or starting your own business. I don't know what vehicle is best for you. For me, my vehicle is my e-commerce business. My vehicle is going to be YouTube. I want to make a lot of money from YouTube, and that's something I'll get into a little bit later, but those are the vehicles that I'm choosing. So there's unlimited amounts of money out there. Just think with that. And the second framework I learned about money is the wealth formula. And it's very simple. It starts off with you having that high income skill, whether it's sales or a high paying job or owning your own business. So you learn how to make a lot of money, right? You learn how to take in a lot of income. So you got to be making 500, a million, 10 million a year. That's the start of the wealth formula, right? Easier said than done. But if you spend 20 years in a field going hard at sales or going hard at a business, you'll make the money. Number 2 is learning how to actually keep the money and not spending it on stupid shit. You have to be able to remain disciplined and have delayed gratification. So don't go buying the fancy house, the fancy cars, the fancy watches. I know you've probably heard that a million times before. You have to be able to make money, and you have to be able to keep it for the next step. Third step in the wealth formula is you now have to invest that money into cash flowing real estate. What that's going to do is it's going to give you a little drip every single month from the cash flow the properties are producing. You're making a lot of money. You're taking earned income, turning it into passive income through real estate, and then you're just repeating the process until that passive income from your cash flow real estate surpasses how much money you're making in your job or your business. And at that point, you're financially free completely, and you're actually a wealthy person. If you have 20, 30, 50, $100 million of real estate paying you $5, $6, $7, $8 million a year of income, I would say that's pretty financially free. So that wealth formula really formed a basis in my mind and formed a plan for the rest of my life of what I want to do. I need to go make a lot of money through YouTube and my business. I then need to take it and invest it in a lot of real estate. I've already started that process by buying my first Airbnb last year. And then we just got to repeat that over the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And I'm going to look up one day and be worth $250 million. The third life-changing skill I learned was sales and how to get really good at sales. The biggest thing that I learned from sales was actually communication with your prospect by asking hard questions, getting down to the truth, being completely honest, and figuring out what is going to work for them and what is not by listening to what they're actually saying. So sales is all about communication and asking the right questions at the right time. The biggest framework there was to ask prospects certain questions to reveal what they actually need. So for example, if I'm a car salesman and someone walks in, the framework is, hey, my name is Ryan. I'm here to help you today. What are you looking for today? What needs do you have that our product can serve you? And then you just find them and show them the right product. If you're doing your job right, the product is going to sell them completely. And then if they have any sort of objections, you have to learn how to handle those objections by asking them hard questions and asking them, hey, what is the truth that you're not telling me? It's okay. We can be friends here. Let's be loose. Let's not be so salesy. That is how you get really good at sales. You're loose, you be confident, you become the prospect's friend in a way so they can be honest with you. And that's how you end up closing a lot of deals. Getting really good at sales through communication, through asking hard questions, buttering them up, make the prospect feel really, really good, and then handling any objections they may have and then close. So that whole sales process really changed my life. And I'm doing that right now in my business with bait and tackle stores that I'm selling my fishing line products to. Fourth topic is real estate. So while I was working for this billionaire, I was actually on his real estate team, on his multifamily acquisition team and raising money for investments specifically. So the things that I learned there literally cannot be learned in any book. It cannot be learned in any college course. You have to go work for someone actually doing it. And I got that experience. While I was there, I think we purchased like $3-4 billion of apartment complexes. And I got all of that knowledge firsthand. And basically the main framework there was learning the actual power of real estate and how it actually creates wealth. So real estate not only gives you cash flow every single month if you're buying a cash flow positive property, you get appreciation over the years as the property goes up in value, and you get the tax benefits of owning real estate. So you can actually depreciate these assets and use it against your income, so you're paying less taxes every year. And I saw this billionaire do it. This dude was making $100 million a year and paying literally zero tax, right? So that was the power of real estate. And on top of that, he was making $1.5 million a month completely passively through the real estate. So he was getting the cash flow, he wasn't paying any taxes because of the real estate, and his wealth was growing every single year through the appreciation of the property. The power of real estate is real. Most millionaires and billionaires are made through real estate. So if you're not interested in real estate, I suggest you start learning that business because it'll change your life forever, as it has changed mine. Number 5 is marketing. Now, the number one takeaway I have from marketing is building an audience and then monetizing that audience. The importance of actually building an audience. So the billionaire I work for probably had 10 million followers over all of his platforms, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, etc., etc. He didn't have the most followers, but what I learned is he had the most loyal and dedicated audience that whenever he put a product in front of them, they would literally buy it no matter what the price. $1,000, $5,000, $50,000. I even saw people purchase things for $200,000 over and over and over again. And at the end of the day, they were investing in his properties millions at a time. I saw an investor invest $10 million, all because he cultivated this audience through social media. So the biggest thing I can tell you in your business and in your personal life is to work on building an audience. That way you can monetize them in the future. That's my goal with this channel, just to be completely honest, is to grow my audience of young, hungry entrepreneurs that want to make money just like myself, and then eventually help them out by selling them some sort of product or service that I've mastered that can help you make more money. That's just being completely honest. And that's what most entrepreneurs are doing now, is they're building these big audiences, then they can monetize them in the future. So work on building your audience, whether it's in your business or your personal life. I promise you, it'll change your life financially. And moving on to number 6, one of the craziest things I learned was actually business skills and how to run an organization of 100 to 200 people. And the framework around this is, in order to get rich, you have to build a team of core people that you're gonna trust and run with forever. So this billionaire had a core of 3 executives, a COO, president, and a vice president that basically ran all of his companies. And that's what gave him the ability to scale to billions and billions of dollars. Operations and processes and people are the key to building any big organization and having a really strong culture. So the culture at this company was, hey, you're gonna work the hardest than any other company. We're the hardest company to work for. We're gonna pay you the most, but but it's going to be really hard to work for. There was no tolerance for being late. There was no tolerance for not performing. It was literally the highest standard of an employee that you can be, and the culture, and that reflected in the culture of the executives to the employees. So everything was run as a super hardcore business, and that's why the business owner, the billionaire, was able to scale so far, because he had this organization of 200 people basically doing what he would do if he was in their position. So it's crazy. Now, if you love the information in this video, you're gonna love this video where I show you how it went from $0 to $8 million in just a couple years. Thank you guys for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.